Jobs in Costa Rica, and especially jobs in Costa Rica for foreigners, it is super difficult to be involved legally in a job in Costa Rica for when you're a foreigner. And I'm gonna touch on this video on my Costa Rica YouTube channel about what you can do and alternatives. My name is Muriel. Welcome if you're new to my channel. Here's a little bit more about myself and why I'm making these videos. Okay, so here are some scenarios. Suppose that you are looking into ways living in Costa Rica. You're dreaming about moving to a country where it's always warm, where it's expat friendly. Perhaps you also found my videos and you're like, yeah, it looks really positive. I hope that I can inspire, of course. But you have one challenge, and that is you have a job in your born and raised country, and you do not know how you can make your living in Costa Rica. Now you are searching for information about to find a job for foreigners in Costa Rica, basically an expat job or a tourist job or whatever option there is. Well, I have to really disappoint you, because the law in Costa Rica, and I'm not gonna dive into details about that, just take my word for it, it's very hard to get a legal working permit. Even if you have residency, there is many laws that is stating if you're yes or no can work officially in Costa Rica when you do not have a foreign boss. So if you are from the United States and you have a boss paying you, also when you work remote in Costa Rica for them, then it's a different story, right? But just in a nutshell, it's very hard to work officially in Costa Rica. That means the other alternative, if you are like me, like a mom, and you want to live in Costa Rica like I do with my children, you are stuck finding touristic jobs, basically black jobs, unofficial jobs. You get paid cash, no real official way to be insured, to get a decent paycheck and all that jazz. So that's not the most fun. It might be fun to work in Costa Rica in a restaurant this way when you're traveling around, when you're a little bit younger, when you're backpacking, when you don't know, you're in that exploration phase of life, that having jobs like that is super cool and you learn a lot from it. And I did that, but there comes a point in life that you're like, come on, should I just be willing to work less than a certain amount per hour for the effort that I take? That's a choice. So I'm talking to you, if you just want to make a serious living and want to be independent and free, and that means that you're not relying on a job, because the only jobs that you can find when you do not have your working permit are these tourist-based jobs, right? Or you should find a boss who is willing to pay you by working remote. And the bad thing about that is that I do see those families move here, but they have to move back because they lose their jobs. So I believe, but that's my personal opinion, a job is no way to create true freedom. It might be in between a great way to get you somewhere, but if you're still relying on if your boss is going to pay you next month, next year, then basically where you live is depending on someone else. And as an entrepreneur since 2013, and I quit my job myself in 2015 because I discovered how online marketing and building a business online, especially with high ticket affiliate marketing, worked. That created a true way of living a free life where the only one responsible for what I'm earning is me. Now I happen to do this together with my husband, so it's together. But when we moved to Costa Rica, the only income that we had was not a restaurant, not my social worker paycheck, because we already closed that chapter a couple of years before we moved to Costa Rica. No, it's 100% pure our online income. And that does not mean, and I just want to state it very, very bold, we are not recruiters, we are not cold prospectors. We do not talk to people here and ask them if they want to buy something. We run our marketing campaigns online, and people approach us, and we started off as affiliate marketers, so we didn't have our own products, neither did we have our own services. Meanwhile, yes, we are educators now. We created our own courses, our own coaching, or we wrote some books. We do plenty of other stuff, but back in the time we started as affiliate marketers, but then in the niche high ticket affiliate marketers. So the effort that we took to get those attention, those eyeballs of strangers on our campaigns online, is basically done by attraction marketing and not by chasing people, right? But it had only to do with selling other people's stuff. The moment that we cracked that code, the world opened up, like that big aha moment, like we really don't have to get a job, all right? This can last forever, and this business model is literally a billion-dollar industry. Affiliate marketing is literally a case of you're buying something as an, from someone, although you're not aware of. Let's say you want to buy a bike and you buy it online. 9 of the 10 times there's an affiliate involved in between the company that you think you're buying the bike from and yourself. Basically, it's affiliate marketing. You pay just your thing, it's the same price, but someone else is earning a commission. Now, if you crack that code and you know how that can work for you, the sky is really the limit. And I believe that's always a better alternative than finding jobs for foreigners in Costa Rica, because I don't think it's freedom. I don't think that you can live a solid, happy, relaxed life in Costa Rica if you're depending on someone else. So I hope with this video that I can inspire you with my entrepreneurship. Although I'm super honest that I didn't, because I am a coach and I am a fully entrepreneurial focused. I wasn't always that way. I grew into that basically because I actually was super used to having a job. So when I started to dream about moving abroad, like to a country as Costa Rica, the first thing that I did, probably like you, was typing in the search engines stuff like jobs for foreigners, and I realized back then that it's gonna get the same result that when you have children, want to start your family, want to travel whatsoever, you're not free. Someone else is telling you when to work, when you can get your vacation. So I think, long story short, it's always better to have started yesterday to learn how you can build your online business, whether that's if you have your own product or service, to get that exposed online to strangers, so guiding people to your front door, or to, if you're totally new, you have no other product service, just to tap in the billion-dollar industry of high ticket and affiliate marketing, where you can literally leverage the work of someone or something else, a company, and offer those ready to go programs or services, especially in the educational atmosphere, in the educational niche, the coaching niche. People are really willing to invest huge amounts for their education. So if you can tap in that high ticket affiliate marketing niche, I think you're good. And this is what Dirk and I have always done. basically looking for building a specific audience online and knowing exactly their goals and dreams and problems of these people who are basically like myself. I used to be a hard-working social worker mom who was basically suffering from missing out on her family, her children, her husband. Like, I literally was almost divorced Dirk when I was working 2 jobs in the social and healthcare industry, and Dirk was running his 2 restaurants, literally with the 2 kids. Sometimes I came home from my night shift with my jacket on, and he walked out of the house with his jacket on to leave for his restaurant. So that was a real, when I look back, it was a zombie life. It had everything to do with Dirk had a job, didn't have a job, but he worked for himself, but he still felt like a slave of his own company, because he always had to be there. If we were sometimes on vacation, and that meant like camping in France with a tent, not that it's not fun, but we didn't have another choice financially. Sometimes he got a call and he had to help out his team. There was something broke, or someone was sick, so he was never really free, and I always had to ask for permission to get free time off, even when I had like a free week, because I was booked out of my irregular shifts. I arranged that I didn't have to work. I changed a shift with a colleague. I remember one day I could go to Portugal for a surf vacation. My boss told me, I do not give you permission to leave the country. Suppose someone in your team gets ill, we need you and we have a problem. So I didn't have to work. I was not scheduled in. Still, it was not an official vacation, so I was not allowed to go there. Guess what? I did it anyways. It was in the final years of my employment in a job, that I started to become officially unemployable. I'm so happy I took that leap to learn how that worked, because now I'm still enjoying that freedom, and now I can say to you, I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, it's so worth it to start learning now how you can tap in this business model of working for yourself and not being depending on jobs for foreigners in Costa Rica, because jobs in Costa Rica overall suck if you're used to a specific standard of earnings, right? And if you want to live in Costa Rica, I bet that you don't want to work like full days. It's very warm in Costa Rica. You want to be able to do whatever you want, or just work a couple of hours when it's super early, and then get out of the house and go surf or do whatever you like. So I urge you, have an open mind and learn what's possible now, today, for you. And today is 2023, the end of March now. So when I started online, there was different strategies, there was different software, there were different strategies, there were different possibilities. A lot of platforms didn't even exist, right? I started to use YouTube and Instagram and Facebook for my business over time, but there's so much new stuff possible. So if you are seriously looking for jobs in Costa Rica, for whatever reason you want to make a living from Costa Rica or elsewhere in the world, be open-minded and just click the link below my video here, or my videos. I made an updated video about the program that I use, that I still use, that strategy I still use to make a very beautiful living from an expensive country as Costa Rica that totally overrules all the people I know who are working here in jobs. So even if you have a retirement gap and you're planning on living like literally like on a budget in Costa Rica, please open up your mind and be aware that also you, even if you're a baby boomer, a little bit more experienced in life, a little bit older between you and I, yes, you can use this strategy too. Now, what you have to do? Nothing. If you're like, Muriel, stop talking about making money stuff in Costa Rica. No, I keep doing it because I know there is this group of people who needs this information and who need to hear it a couple of times. I really make a beautiful living using the strategy that you can tap into by following the first link in the comments and in the description below. Click it, share your name and email, learn more, get started. If you think it's nothing, cancel and quit. And if you like it, there is a whole world to explore. And that could mean your freedom this year is possible. I think you have nothing to lose. Go ahead, click that link, learn more, thank me later. And if you have any questions or, you just want to share something in the comments, do it. You can use the comments always. I'm always here. As you know, this channel is for you. I'm happy to inspire you from Costa Rica. I hope that you take action on my advice. Never a job anymore. How cool would that be? And live an awesome life in Costa Rica or whatever. Travel the world and make your living this way. Talk to you soon. Who knows? We're gonna meet each other in Costa Rica one day. Ciao.